Hi there, my name is Lars Vigman Hansen. I'm a recreational ultra trail runner from Bornholm, Denmark. I've been given the opportunity to review the Asics MetaRide. First thing I'm going to talk about is the fit. The upper is made of knit fabric. It's quite stretchable, quite comfortable. It allows for both narrow and wide feet to fit inside an otherwise quite pointy toe box. The tongue is quite cushioned and the laces are quite good, so it's quite easy to tie down. The heel cup is quite rigid thanks to this plastic exoskeleton. Along with the rigid heel cup comes a quite cushioned ankle collar. As you can see, there's quite a lot of foam around here. The foam is, some other reviewers have likened it to memory foam. I'm not sure that it's entirely correct term, but it's quite firm cushioning. It's not soft as in some like Nike shoes. This makes for a very comfortable, snug fit. The insole is quite thick, and combined with a very cushioned and quite soft overall impression, it's when you first get your foot in there, it's quite comfortable. My biggest gripe with it is that initially very comfortable, snug feeling is a little bit suffocating. After half an hour or 3/4 of an hour, I lose circulation in my feet. Usually I would say this is new shoe numbness, I call it, but I have run a bit more than 100 kilometers in these MetaRides, and they're still not overly comfortable. The longest run I've done was almost 30 kilometers. It was quite decent shoe all the way, but after the first hour I had to shuffle my feet, kick the ground or stretch or something every 5 to 10 minutes to get circulation back in my feet. That's partly because the shape of the shoe might seem a little bit... Asics say it's a wide toe box. Just for the comparison, I've brought along the Insole. This is the MetaRide Insole, as you can see. It's not overly pointy, but a bit pointy. And this is the insole from an Ultra Superior. As you can see, the Ultra Superior is quite a lot wider. I mean, if you put them together here, you can and align them, you can sort of see that they have the same length. So the MetaRide is true to size, but the red insole from the Superior is from a really foot-shaped shoe with a wide toe box. The Asics is not a wide toe box. My toes get buggered. My pinky toes get hot spots and my bunions start going off right away. Performance-wise, the Asics MetaRide requires you to run in a certain way. As you can see, it's got a huge red rocker outsole, and it requires you to heel strike. If you do not heel strike, if you have midfoot striking or forefoot striking, you're not going to get any benefit from this huge stack down here at the back. Asics claims that this is a zero drop shoe. I'm not entirely sure that that's true. I mean, well, it depends on how you measure it, but it does not feel like a zero drop shoe when you go for a run. It certainly feels like a considerable drop, but when you do that, it's quite a decent, comfortable ride with a lot of energy, cushioned energy return. It sort of propels you forward, so you run a bit faster than, or at least I run a little bit faster than I'm used to. But as soon as I'm not running fast, as if uphill or if the track is windy or something, then I end up striking using my forefoot strike, midfoot strike. And when you do that, the shoe feels heavy and clunky because you do not benefit from this huge stack and the lots of cushioning and all the tech that goes in here, basically. Asics also say that this screw down the middle is helping you, they call it guides or something. But if you land on your forefoot, it's not going to guide anything. It's just going to be a plonk, a big heavy weight underneath your foot. Another thing that's annoying is these holes grow down the middle. It picks up stones, rocks, cherry stones, branches. I've had a large cone stuck in there, and on one of my runs, I unfortunately stepped in something a dog left behind. Not a good experience. not a good experience. Otherwise, this outsole is pretty decent. There's not a whole lot of grip, so don't expect to go running in the mud or anything. On the road, it's quite sufficient. Beach is also quite okay. It's quite sticky, so if you walk along inside on some flat indoor floors, it'll squeak quite hideously, but that's okay. The upper is made of this knit fabric. It's quite permeable and makes for some good ventilation. However, moisture gets in there quite easily, so don't take it for a run if it's too wet. Your feet will get soaked quite instantly, and the moisture is not going to escape very easily. So this is definitely not a trail shoe. It's a urban runner, tarmac sort of footpath kind of shoe. Because the stack is quite high, if you're prone to twisting your ankles, it's not a good shoe. I don't find it very stable. Even if you go in urban conditions, there will be the odd tile or something, and you're quite likely to twist your ankles. It might be a personal issue, but I don't like it much because of its instability. In conclusion, the MetaRide is a very expensive shoe. It is suitable for heel striking, urban runners, running in easy road-like conditions. It's not going to be too wet or too hot, otherwise this is not the best choice. You're going to get yourself a decent, very durable running shoe, good quality. And again, if you are a urban runner using a heel strike, you'll be quite okay. But I don't think MetaRide is going to justify the price tag. To use the system of Ginger Runner, is this a buy, try, or why? Well, if you're an urban runner with normal to narrow feet, this might be a try, but otherwise it's a why. If you're a natural runner, forefoot striking, midfoot striking, minimalist, it's definitely not worth it. But for some people, it might be the right shoe. It's not the right shoe for me.